on the song, come on, let me see you get gone. Baby mama, this your song, been pregnant for way too long. And tell the DJ turn it on.
If she your baby mama,
Yummy.
she gon' do that baby mama.
Work.
She gon' put it on you. She gon' do that baby mama. Drop,
Drop
drop,
it down, drop
drop.
it down, down, low.
Drop, drop,
Drop it down, drop it down, down, low.
drop, drop,
Drop it
drop,
down, drop
drop.
it down, down, low. Little baby mama when I step out on the floor.
Okay. We are taking castor oil to see if we can spur some labor action popping off because Zoe is cutting up.
She's still in there.
She cutting up. She got some Braxton Hicks going and the mucus plug is out. But Zoe, we are at, just so you know, when you watching this back, we are at 40 weeks and 6 days. So we're still in the normal range, but starting to go a little long in the tooth, and your mama is ready to evict you.
Don't act like this is my idea. This is your daddy idea.
This was my idea.
This supposed to give me the bubble guts.
But it's gonna get that baby moving and grooving. So I want you to see what she goes through. That is castor oil.
All right, man.
All right.
I got to be the test dummy, though.
Take as much as you can. We're gonna need some bigger sips than that.
Can I drink this how I would like to drink it? It's the time of the one on the chopping block, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Golly. Okay, now take some deeper.
Do you even taste it?
Trying to stay focused.
Oh, she's a good way through it already. Yeah. Almost. One more sip. And we are done.
Trying to not regurgitate this.
Yeah, some more juice. Just a little more. Zoe, this is so you can see what we had to go through.
We.
What your mama had to go through with you, Zoe.
I think we good. Let's just.
What's up?
Yes. So.
That's it.
We are actively doing Operation Eviction.
I'll take this last week. It's like literally. It's done. Done. Operation Evict, Zoe.
We've been trying some things. We've been walking. I've been taking my raspberry leaf tea. And you still not here, girl.
We ate some pineapples.
We ate pineapples. I've been eating dates.
So we had to go through drastic measures.
Look, got Lara bars in my bag.
Because you are just in there comfortable. Taking up space, you moving around, you shifting her whole stomach.
So hopefully this
You are in a really good place. You love.
I love
your
you too,
mama.
baby. I love you so much. And we're going to spend a whole lot of time together once you get here. It is Wednesday. March 10th. It is absolutely beautiful here. It's going to be 69 degrees. And yesterday, trying to get my angles right. Yesterday, and all the junk on the table. We did the membrane sweep. So, like we said, I've lost my mucus plug last weekend, and I was having like 1 to 2 hours, I would say 2 hours each day of like tightening contractions. I don't know if they were Braxton Hicks or just like probably Braxton Hicks, my body just practicing. And so yesterday we decided to go to the hospital and just make sure baby was still fine because I'm a week overdue. They monitored, she is fine, and my midwife, Melissa, happened to be there. So we went ahead and okayed the membrane sweep. Since then, I've had discharge, mucusy, brown, pinkish, some blood reddish. So crampy. So I'm crampy down there. Not as much as I was yesterday. But at about 3:30 a.m. this morning, I started to feel the tightening again, contractions again. They weren't painful, like scale of 1 to 10, they're like 1 to me. And so I was able to go back. I tracked them for an hour. They're coming every 5 minutes, but again, they weren't painful. So I didn't think like I'm in active labor or anything. I think it was like either Braxton Hicks or early labor. So I went to sleep, and then I got up about 9 o'clock and was like, oh, I'm gonna go to Dollar Tree. So I went to Dollar Tree and Burger King, and just listened to my audio tapes and my gospel music and getting my mind right and prepared. And so all morning I've been feeling the tightening. So as a part of my birth plan, I don't want to go to the hospital until like it's active labor, to where the contractions are like more painful and unbearable to me. So we're just kind of hanging out. So are we gonna go for a walk or something?
Yeah.
We'll probably go for a walk or something. I bought all this stuff at the Dollar Tree because I'm putting together some vases for my bathroom. So I'm probably gonna do that. Maybe take a nap. I have some schoolwork to do. So just gonna take it easy. I think the membrane sweep is kicking in, which I'm super excited about. So hopefully that means that homegirl will come today, March 10th. We do have another appointment scheduled for tomorrow to see the midwife. If I had not delivered, she's going to do the membrane sweep again. And then see if I go into labor after that. Then Friday, they'll check the baby. Then, you know, make sure everything's okay. And then, like, by next week, if she doesn't come, then we would just do the induction. But we wanted to work all of the lower level options before going to the nuclear option of induction, as long as she's healthy and I'm healthy, which we both are. So that is what's going on. Baby, you have anything you want to say?
Her mood is better.
Oh, my mood. Okay, because on my Facebook, babe, you saw that Facebook, the Facebook post I had of the monkey? Look at my Facebook page. It's this monkey, and the caption is like, my face when my man talks about my attitude.
Yes, I did see that.
And I was like, yeah. So what I will say, last week was rough for me. Just because I was just so excited for her to get here, and she didn't come, and it was just a little disappointing, and everybody's waiting. So it's just a little disappointing. But I've been getting my mood together. That's why, you know, I had my listening to my tapes and to my gospel music, getting myself together, having some stomach tightening right now. Yeah, but that's why I was getting myself together mentally. This is a mental game. Like, labor is a mental game, and I was starting to lose it. And my poor husband was being patient with me as I was going through my emotional roller coaster. But no, I understand. Like, yesterday when we were at the membrane sleep. I was like, I know I'm such a peach to be around right now. No, but I'm definitely doing better. My mood is better now that I'm kind of getting myself together and just reminding myself everything's okay. She's healthy, I'm healthy. She's going to be here sooner than I know it. And just reaffirming those things and not getting frustrated and not getting impatient. I was telling him that this has made me realize how impatient I really am as a person. Like, I'm like, let's go. But pregnancy isn't like that. So you can't dictate it unless you want to schedule a C-section and an induction. But we've chosen to go the midwife route, which generally when you go through the midwife route, you have more of a belief system of allowing your body to do what it was created to do. And that's why in the beginning I had an OBGYN, who I'm still going to go to, you know, as women, we still need to go out in colleges, but we shifted to the midwife because we didn't want to have to do interventions if necessary. And even when I went to the hospital yesterday, they were like lining them up. People was coming to their doctor's appointment, and if you were over your due date, they're like, yep, let's get you induced, you know. And so I just didn't want that experience. I wanted more of a nurturing, caring, like affirming experience of your body is doing the work. It's going to do the work. Some babies just come late. Everything's okay. So that has been the midwife experience. So waiting on you, Zoe. Ooh, got stuff on my stomach. She's been hanging in there. And she will be out soon and very soon. We are finally in the birthing room. Mama, Derek, Daddy to be, and myself. So where did we leave off? Oh, earlier my contractions started to get more intense and consistent. So after the last clip, we went walking. I got some ice cream. And then on the way back from the walk, it was like I was having to stop more and more. And so when I made it home, I was still able to breathe through the contractions, but I could tell they were getting more intense. And so we were like, this may happen tonight. So I called my mom. She drove down, drove an hour, drove down. And by the time we got all the bags packed and showered and stuff, she was here, and then we headed to the hospital. And at that point, the contractions were really, like a 4 on a scale of 1 to 10 intense. And I was still able to breathe through them, which is really good. I did get checked. And so yesterday I was 3 centimeters. Today I'm 4 to 5. So I'm halfway there, 10 centimeters before you push. So I still haven't gotten the epidural or any pain medicine. We're deciding to kind of still move around and get things going before that. So I'm so grateful they let me eat. Hallelujah. Ain't God good? Hey, Jesus. So they brought me some food. I'm probably going to try to take a little bit of a nap if I can in between contractions. And then get to walking and walk homegirl out. But all is well. I'm very happy that I made it to 5 centimeters, like on my own, like breathing through it and able to manage it.
She's doing good.
Doing real good. Yeah, doing good. So this little girl be here sooner rather than later. It's 3. Oh, did I say times? So we got to the hospital about midnight. Going into midnight, going into March 11th. And it is 2. Before I was so rudely interrupted, we got here at about 11:30 midnight, going into March 11th. It is now 2:45 on March 11th. And I'm excited. Honestly, this has felt so surreal for me. Does it feel surreal for you? I'm feeling like I knew all roads led here, but it's just weird to think like I'm about to push out a human being here and take her home.
Yeah. And then it's going to be Life before Zoe, life after Zoe.
Yeah, forever, girl.
Ever.
So we're soaking it in. So far, so good. Still breathing through the contractions. Haven't gotten any pain management yet. I'm gonna finish my meal, take a nap, and yeah, we'll be back.
Hi. It is 12:55 p.m. March the 11th.
Yes.
Our days are blending together.
And it's going so fast being here.
They are going quick. They're like, yeah, you've been here for, however long. And we're like, what?
What?
And so we are currently...
Yes, we are currently getting a few milliliters of oxytocin, Pitocin, just to speed up the contraction, well, to reignite the contractions. I mentioned I got to 5 centimeters, and then homegirl was like, I'm still good in here.
Yeah, so we did a lot of walking around the hospital.
Bouncing on a ball.
Bouncing on a ball.
Changing positions.
But at that point, we're
tired.
probably like 7-8 hours in, and we were like, okay, we need to go to sleep. But things did kind of slow down just a little bit. So this is just going to help us jumpstart the battery. The contractions are shorter but stronger. But Jessica's handling them actually way better than before. So she's just...
They haven't bothered me. With the Pitocin, the contractions are sharper to where it's like going off the screen. Is not on now, but they're going off the scale, but they're shorter. So it hasn't bothered me. I'm actually on my iPad doing some schoolwork, but it hasn't really bothered me. I don't know if I just haven't got to the thick of it yet. I don't know, but we're 36 plus hours into this thing now.
Yeah,
it's time. So we were just like, let's get a little help, get things moving so we can see baby today.
Yeah, so but things are good. So what they do is they just give you just a little bit, only 2 milliliters. And then every half hour, they just take it up just a little bit, so that they're only giving you just enough for what your body needs in order to respond appropriately to it. Yeah. It's going good, and it's still, everybody's safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, so there we go talking.
I'm not even in the shot.
So they started the Pitocin. I think that was the last thing we did.
Yeah.
So we got some Pitocin going. My contractions are spiking really sharp. I'm able to manage through them. I've been standing up. I really like, since I don't have an epidural, I really like that I'm able to walk around. I've been able to eat 3 meals, snacks, and all that. So I like having that freedom and getting up and going to the bathroom, walking the halls. So even though the contractions, when they come, are pretty not intense or strong, I'm able to manage through them, and they're short, which helps a lot. So right now our Pitocin has been set to a certain level. Homegirl is tolerating this level, and the goal is just to get me contracting about 2 minutes.
Yeah, every 2 to 3 minutes.
When did we really get traction? Like after 4? It was like after 4 when we really got traction with the...
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm making him... So, we're going to do this for a little bit more, and then they're going to check and see how far I'm dilated. I've been standing up, talking, enjoying my husband, enjoying my mom. My mom just had to run to the house to grab something. So, yeah, we're enjoying it.
Hey. So we are 8 centimeters.
We are 8 centimeters. Since the last video, my water broke. I was standing up, just managing the contractions at 6 centimeters. My water broke, and I knew, my sister said that once that water break, the contractions get real. So I was like, where is the candy man with the drugs? And they called the candy man, and he was in here stat. You hear me?
Yeah, he came extremely quick, like within
fast.
Maybe a couple minutes. And the epidural went smooth without issues, got the catheter.
Yep, got everything in. I am itching like a crackhead.
Yeah, she is having some shakes and some itching.
But I'll take that over pressure, feeling pressure right now. But I can't really feel it full force, so that's awesome. We think in the next maybe 20 minutes I'll probably be 10, because I'm 90% there, 0 station. So
90% effaced. Yeah, 0 station.
So
I already ate dilated, and that was just an hour after being 7 centimeters. So,
right. So it's moving.
The dilation is happening quicker.
It's moving and gyrating. So we wanted to do our last video before she's here. Grandma, you want to say anything? Mimi?
Just waiting anxiously for the arrival.
So, see you soon, Zoe.
Did it. I know.
Do you want me to try to drop more than you know or
At
no?
least one of the hardest things you ever did. Look what you got.
Can you give us a
You did it?
push?
Yeah.
I know, we're just going to help your placenta to come. Placenta?
Yeah. Hi, Mama.
She's quiet.
You're so sweet. You could have stayed in there a whole more than 10 months if I didn't make you come out. Cool. Mom, you take this. Yes.
It's already come out.
You see you, Daddy?
Just this one, like, trailing. Right here, it's just easy to do.
La Princesa is here. She's in her car seat. Her daddy's driving us home from the hospital.
He's a nervous wreck.
He's a nervous wreck. He really is a nervous wreck. And I'm like, it's all right, babe. I just realized we had not done a video since being in labor. So I guess it was a whirlwind towards the end of labor. I was on Pitocin. They had given me well, I think the last part was I was hanging out with my mom and my husband during labor on the Pitocin, managing the contractions. And I stood there, I was standing up to try to use gravity, and all of a sudden my water broke. You know, just like a dog, you know, all over the floor, which was really cute. But I just knew, because my sister had told me, she was like, girl, when they break that water, or them waters break, that's when it gets real. So I remember her saying that, and I was like, oh no, because I didn't have an epidural up until that point. So I was like, oh, if it's gonna get more intense than what I'm experiencing right now, call the candy man. So I rushed my nurse in. I was like, can you please get the anesthesia team here, stats. I want my epidural now because now my water's broken. They came super quick. Lovely team, couple anesthesiologists, couple nurse anesthetists, and I was joking with them because I was super nervous about getting epidural because number one, I've never gone under anesthesia before, I don't think, except for like dental work, and I think it was just like Novocaine, like Laffy gas. So I was really nervous about it, and so they came in. So you know, my default is to just joke about the matter when I'm nervous, and so he came in. I was like, all right. He's giving me all the, you know, potential side effects, consequences, all that. And I said, all right, doc, what's your batting average? Are we batting 100%? He said he's batting 100%. I said, all right, let's go. So they give me the epidural. And I think, because even with Laffy gas, it just makes me so tired. So I was just exhausted. After they gave it to me, I could just like sleep. Like I just wanted to go to sleep. But I was dilating, babe, like really fast, like a centimeter or 2 centimeters an hour. Like a centimeter an hour. After I had the epidural, and so I needed to push. So by the time it was time for me to push, y'all, this epidural,
She was darn near passed out.
I was passed out pushing because at this point it's midnight. It's like midnight when I start pushing. I'm tired. I've been laboring all day, which hadn't been bad. I've been managing it. It didn't bother me too much. But the epidural made me super sleepy. It had been a long day, and now I needed to push.
Long emotional day.
A long emotional day. So, literally, they cranking up my bed. I swear the bed was like the height, like 5 feet off the ground. Probably not that high. Probably like 4 feet. And my midwives are in front of me. My mom is in front of me recording. Derek got one leg. My other nurse got the other leg. And literally, all I could feel was the urge to push, like I had to poo, and I could feel the epidural on the left side start to go, y'all. It started to go, and I was starting to feel a sharp pain on the left. I was like, where is the Candyman? Please tell the Candyman to come back, because I was completely numb on my right, but my left, I could feel it. And so the nurse came in, they're like, we cannot give you any more. Like, the best thing that you can do is lay on your left side to try to get the medicine to move to your left. But my daughter, she didn't like me laying on the left. Every time I laid on the left side, her heart rate would drop, and that, you know, that's a whole problem. So I couldn't lay on the left side. I could only sit straight in like a throne kind of position, to where we were using gravity to help push her out. So I need to say I had to push through this sharp pain on my left, but everything on the right was numb. And so I pushed for 2 hours. That was not cute. Wasn't cute at all. But then she was here, and I got to see her face. You gotta see her in the mirror here a little bit. Got her little hat on. But girl, when I said, and literally between each push, I would like sleep, like not just like, oh, I just closed my eyes. No, I would sleep, like feel myself like going to sleep, like that tired, and then feel like I gotta push, and I'm like, okay, and then sitting up and I'm grabbing on the bars and stuff like this, and they're like, everybody's yelling at me. They're like, okay, relax your bottom, push, da, 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 da. And Derek, you looked, and I thought he wasn't gonna look, but you look, babe.
Yeah.
You said it was worse than you.
Make sure stuff was all right.
You said it was worse than you thought.
I was just joking, but it's more than, I won't say it's more than just a baby, but you just don't expect. There's just like a ton of mucus, a ton of like fluids that also come out at the same time, or kind of shot out. You shot her out. So I was like, catch that baby.
Because he said once I got past the head, she just kind of like slid out.
Yeah, but it was kind of weird because Jessica was completely out of it.
I don't know if
you even remember what happened, because you were not a different person, but I was like, you were present. You were on autopilot. That's the way. You were on autopilot.
I was drugged up. It was a very good epidural.
Autopilot.
Listen, it was a very good epidural on the right side, but that one area where it got sharp, I was like, Candyman, please come back and come take care of this one little area for me. So yeah, I guess with anesthesia, because like I said, I've had Novocaine, I've had Laffy gas for an oral procedure, and now with this, it just makes me tired. So it makes me sleepy. I remember my mom jokes about it, because when I got my when I had that dental procedure and they gave me the Laffy gas, I was sliding off the table. So anesthesia puts me to sleep. So even if it's not like, you know, the general anesthesia meant to put you to sleep. So I was delirious, is needless to say. Yeah, so I'm like this, like sleep, and then like I'm hearing chatter, and then I'm like feeling the urge. I'm like, okay, I gotta push. So then I sit up and I push, and I like fall back, and I'm like, okay, back to sleep, like, you know, trying to rest. Anyway, but did that for I didn't know how long that happened for.
It was dark, like everything. The scene changed. Like it was like, oh, she's 10 plus 1, which means 10 centimeters, baby in position.
Yeah.
And then it was like, all right, we're gonna push, and then the entire environment changed. So all the lights, I couldn't believe it was the same room.
Right.
Like the lights went out, spotlights came on. At first it was just
more people enter the room.
As we went, more and more people started to enter in. As Jessica just was like really pulling it through. And you could tell as we were getting closer that the nurses started to prep more things. So that's how I could tell that, oh, they really think this is about to happen, because they started to pull out more instruments, turn on machines, if the baby scale was brought out. So it was like, you could tell.
Yeah, because it was points, because I had a midwife, and it was points where I was like, all right, are y'all telling me, because like as I'm pushing, they're counting, they're like, really good mom, keep going. And like in between, I remember several times being like, are y'all lying? Like, because I feel like I've been pushing and she is no farther. Like, am I really pushing right? And they're like, no, you are pushing right. And Derek was like, you can see her hair, like she got a lot of hair. And I was like, I know my baby had hair because my indigestion has been off the chain. What do I call it? Not Chewbacca. Is it Chewbacca?
Yeah.
I was like, baby Chewbacca, because let me tell you, we had our bed is one of those beds you can raise up. And Derek makes fun of me because he's like, he got to sleep on a 45-degree slope because my indigestion and acid reflux with her was just, towards the end, was crazy. So anyway, pushed her out. Unfortunately, I did tear quite a bit. And so I had to get stitches. So after that, like, of course, you know, they put her on me. I'm like, all of it, like, I'm feeling all of these emotions of like, oh my gosh, my mom is here, like my husband is here, like look at what we created, and they're like just down there doing their business and what they need to do. But I'm still delirious because I still have the epidural in my system. So but yeah, it was a fantastic night. We just kind of hung out with the baby. At this point, she came at 2:29 a.m. on March 12th, and we went into the hospital at midnight on the 11th. Babe, when did we go to the hospital?
We went there about 11. We got all checked in about.
Okay, we went there. No, wait. No, because it'd have been the 10th. We got in there at midnight for going from the 10th to the 11th.
Right.
So we checked into the, checked in like it's a hotel. We so I did a lot of the early labor at home. So I early labored to like 4 or 5 centimeters. I want to say 5 centimeters at home. And then we went to the hospital. And so then when I got to the hospital, I was like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm doing it well. Because to me, the contractions just felt like muscles going like really, 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 really tight. And then just releasing. That's how, I didn't have any back labor. I only had front labor. So I was like, oh, I can do this. I'm like, girl, I didn't have like my regular cramps. Okay, be off the chain, which is probably a whole nother thing. But so I was like, oh, I can do this. So I was walking around, and because I wasn't on epidural, when you're on epidural, you can't eat. But because I wasn't on epidural, I was able to eat. We were ordering meals, 3 meals a day. So we went to the hospital like close to midnight on the 10th, going into the 11th. Spent all of the 11th laboring naturally until I got to like 6, about 6, I want to say. And then when I got to 6, Derek, was that when my water broke? 6, 7?
Yeah, 7 is when the water.
Okay, I think my water broke like 7. And that's when I was like, give me them drugs, because ain't nobody got time to be in that kind of pain. So, because I was managing it, and I was like, I heard it get real worse. Nah, son. Okay. So yeah, so that's what happened. So I got my epidural at 7, which I knew. Like, I knew several people who, they were like, oh, it's good until you hit 7 and your water break. So yeah, that's how I brought my daughter into this world. And then by then, because we had been at the hospital going into the 11th all day, like literally my mom slept on the pull-out bed there, Derek slept in the recliner. We were tired. Okay, and so once she was born, my mom stayed there for a little bit, got a chance to hold her. We got some videos and pictures, and then my mom was like, look, I'm going back to the house and go to sleep in a bed. And I know that's right. Mimi was tired. You had Mimi up at the hospital sleeping on a cot. Yeah. Anyway, so now today is, what's today's date? So she was born on the 12th at 2:29 a.m. Oh, today's the 13th. Girl, it feels like forever. So they just been keeping a watchful eye on me. I've been nursing my stitches down there. And yeah, the hospital food has been really good and really inexpensive. It's like $8 for guests, and you get like an entree and 3 sides and 2 drinks. And so it wasn't that bad. And so now we're leaving to go home, and I'm so excited for baby girl to see her room and to see where she gonna sleep. And my mother is home, my brother is there, so she'll get a chance to kind of see them in her element, which is absolutely crazy. So I cannot wait for that. But yeah, that's basically our labor and delivery story. Anything else, babe?
No, it was really good. And she just did an amazing job. Like, it was so surreal how well Jessica did. It was like incredible.
He kept telling me that. Thank you, babe. And I really appreciate it. I think they thought I was going to be like one of them chalk lines on the floor. Where they draw the outline. No, I did too, honestly. I was like, what does contractions feel like? Am I going to be on the floor? But it wasn't that bad for me, until the end. So, and even with my left side of my epidural kind of going out, it was painful, but it wasn't like, you know, obviously I had to manage it. What am I gonna do? I gotta get her here. And then towards the end, I was just like, get her out of me. I don't care. I'm gonna push. And they're like, oh, do you want to wait? I was like, no, one more. Get her out of me. Get her out of me. So yeah, she is absolutely beautiful. I've already done several outfit changes and have pictures, because you know that's how you got to do. This is our labor and delivery story, as me as a first-time mom, him as a first-time dad, she as our first child. Yeah, and we are on our way home.